Hi, and welcome to the Selected Tech podcast, brought to you by a group of 4 MVPs doing webinars, sessions, and interviews on all things SharePoint, Office 365, and the Microsoft AI ecosystem. Their motto is learn, share, reuse. And here they are, Albert Jan, Rick, Stefan, and Tommy.
Hi all, welcome to another version of our webinar. Today we're going to talk about the authentication of incoming webhooks in Teams. Now, you obviously heard about incoming webhooks, or at least I expect you have. Incoming webhooks allow you to build your own connectors and inject external data into Teams channels, meaning that with whatever external application you're running, you can inject data into Teams. Makes probably sense. You can play around with different types of cards, so you can really add value to your Teams environment by hooking or binding together your own applications. Now, the thing is that webhooks by default are unauthenticated, so there might be a security risk. So Rick is going to talk you through what you can actually do and how you should authenticate your incoming webhooks, making sure that you have a secure solution of working with your data. Rick, take it away.
Yeah, let's get started. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the best way to go, but it's something I figured out. So let's go to the webhook stuff, the incoming webhook as a trick. So I should have some code here. So as you said, a webhook is just some incoming web API that you get from Microsoft Teams. Let's see if I can create one with my manage team. You go to apps and then you say, okay, I want more apps, and then I want an incoming webhook. It should be somewhere here, incoming webhook. Then you create one, you give it a name, and you get like this. Here you can see it, freaky URL that goes to outlook.office.com. So that way we know that the Teams team took this idea from Outlook team, from the Exchange team, and you get like this freaky URL where you can post things to. So if I have this freaky URL and I start posting things, don't look at the configuration because I do it in a Docker container to run. And normally if I go to Teams, I should have a team with some new data in there. There we go. So now we have a message from the president. This is not fake news. We can even make an adaptive card where I can type some stuff and send feedback, or I can view it on Twitter. Now, one of my customers had a huge problem with this because they turned it off. Why? Because this can be used for phishing. If you really want to, if I figure out what this URL is, or I can find it out somewhere and I can start posting stuff, people will think inside of the company, of course, this is real because it's inside of my team. So it must be real. So I can start clicking buttons or clicking on links, maybe logging in again. So there you have some kind of potential security threat. It's a very secure environment for the customer. So I don't recommend it for every customer, but for this one, they really wanted it. So I started looking around, and actually, I don't know if you know this one. It's called the Company Communicator app from Microsoft. It's an example. What does it do? Well, it uses the bot framework to send out proactive messages to everybody in Teams, or to a team or to a channel. So how does it work? You install 2 apps. One that will be installed. So if you can see, as you can see, I have 2 apps. I have the Company Communicator, and it should be somewhere another one. The Company Communicator gets installed for me. So this is the app that's communicating to me, so I can send messages out. And then there's another app that allows people who are not technical and not IT to create adaptive cards or create some cards and send that out to everybody in the team. I'll give you an example. So just install this app, then you give it a title. So select it, tag rules. Then we need, of course, a cool image. Something rules. See what Google can give me. Not a procedure. I don't know why the procedure school. Me Superman. There we go. So take this, copy link edit. It's a real link.
Oh, it's an HTML page.
Yeah, I need a real link. Copy image edits. Because sometimes, there we go. So you can paste it in here, give it some text, select it, tag rules as a webinar or something. And then I'm the author, of course, and we can even create a button if you want to. So click here for more awesomeness. I don't know if it's spelled correctly, and then let's go to Google. www.google.com. So you get like this cool adaptive card where you can say, okay, next. And then I can say, okay, do you want to send it to a general channel? So I can send it to one of my teams, so to the general channel, or I can send it to a chat to specific people, so the team members of that specific team or team members of multiple teams, or I can send a chat to everyone. So this, they also warn you, this option sends a message to everyone who in your organization who has access to the app. So as you, the other one has to be installed for everyone. Why? Because of security reasons. Microsoft doesn't allow you to send normal chat messages as a bot to just anybody. They have to first communicate with your bot. If you install, of course, an app for somebody, so an admin can do that. You can install an app for everybody in the tenant. If it's installed in the tenant, then of course you set up a conversation. You didn't talk to the bot yet, but the bot already knows that you exist. Why? Because it already sent out a message that you came into the conversation. So you had the members added. So the bot already knows who you are. And then you can say, okay, save it as draft. So I have my selected tag. And then somebody can review it, or we can duplicate it, or we can even preview it in this channel. So let's see if I can preview it. Maybe did preview something? No, not. Yeah, there we go. Selected tag rule. So we pumped it, that JSON into this channel. And then we can say, okay, just start sending it out to everybody. Now, as you know, there are some limitations on sending, because you can only send to, I think, 5,000 or 8,000 users at once. So how did Microsoft set this up? It works with Azure functions, and they just, for throttling mechanisms, start sending it out slowly, not to everybody at the same time. And then we can say, okay, all users, so send it out, and then it starts running the Azure functions. The backend starts running it one by one. Normally, only of one, because it, just notice that I'm the only one in this team or in this tenant. And as you can see, chat, there we go. Normally I should have this or not. This is all something else. There we go. So selected tag rules, and I get this app. Really cool as a demo if you want to look at it. So it takes a little bit time to install it, but why? Because you have to install the 2 apps at once. So you have to clone the GitHub repo, and then let's see at the installment.
Is the Azure function is running in your tenant, or is this running in Microsoft?
No,
so
it's running. Yeah, it's running. There's a cost estimate even, because why? So if you have 1,000 users in your tenant and it sends one message to all users each week, about $5 a month. Why? Because you need what do you need? You need some data storage, because
Service bus,
yeah, it's stored in the data storage. Then to the service bus, you have a table data to table storage to keep everything going, and then some Azure functions. And of course, you need your what's the most expensive thing? The app service. It's running on the app service, of course. And I think there's a most expensive part, the app service. All the other are negligible. And I created the app service. You have some kind of deploy button here, I'm guessing. Deployment guide. So this is everything that's going to be created. And then there's probably this magically. So you create your app ID. I think you need 2 app IDs. And one of them has to be, it's weird, multiple organizations. Okay, it's probably because it's easier to develop for them, but I wouldn't normally need it, but okay. And then you just click on deploy to Azure, and then if you are smart, then move it to B1 or to something, some dev level of your web app service, because otherwise it's too expensive. And you install the 2 apps, make some changes, and good to go. Now, this gave me an idea. Why? Because this bot is also authenticated. So you have to install it. Why? Because the bot needs to be authenticated. So I got Kraken, and I just created a Echo bot. As you can see here, this is just the Echo bot example. So if you download, if you go to, I think we already mentioned this one. So you go to Azure, you want to say, okay, I want a new bot, create an Echo bot.
Mm-hmm.
I usually start from this template, or just have a template with the latest packages. That's just the reason why I'm doing this. And you have your bot control, of course. Something comes in here, and the Echo bot can't move it. And the Echo bot normally just says, okay, where's here? There we go. So Echo on turn text, and then it sends it back. So this is the default code. I think I added this one just to get to see what team's channel. You need to know what the team ID is and the channel ID is. So I just started writing and I created my own test controller. So just API control, test controller. I think I can call it in, I'll call it here in Postman. I'll do that in a second. We'll go to the code first. So what does the Echo bot has to do? Well, it has to create a conversation. Now the magic, yeah, it gets my, it goes to my table storage, gets some information, stuff like that. But the magic is it needs its channel data, a user ID, a bot ID, and a bot name. And how do I get that? Where's my information? Create a message. So you have to say your bot. So you give a bot ID, a bot name. If it's a group, okay, yeah, it's a group. I want to send to a team, a channel in a team, and I give it some data. So this is my channel. So a new channel, some channel information. This is the thing you need. So the weird ID here, the Skype ID actually that's behind it.
It's the channel ID. Channel ID, yeah.
Yeah, the channel ID. And then I need my tenant ID, of course, and I need a conversation. This is not working already. So you can give it a topic name, but there's no topic name. And then, of course, this is the magic stuff. You need your trust service URL. And where do I get the Microsoft app credentials? Where do I get them from? No, here. There's some trick where I get the here, get Microsoft app credentials. So you have to authenticate every call. So with this, I give my client ID and client secret of my bot. So, and with that, I can create a new conversation and I can start pushing stuff through that. So if I go back to my Echo bot, let's see how this works. So I just created my test controller. So normally, okay, I have to start ng-rock, of course. That I have a connection. There we go. And then normally if I press play here. It should be good and going. Okay, so if I go to, I think I need to do because it was last week, guys, so my memory is not that good. I have to do a post. Yeah, of course. A post. So the local host API test. This is my API. I do a post and I send some. There's no security already because I created my own API and I can put on any security that I want. I can make you give people a magic number that they can use in the header, or I can use the app what's called the app API gateway from Azure if I really want to make it cool. So and then normally this should be JSON, and if I just send here, does it have to be JSON? Already forgot. Oh, I think I just can send test. Let's try it. There we go. Was a message test. See, I create I think I store in my cloud table. I get my bot reference, so I get my channel info. So everything is stored in my channel info because the bot is added to a channel, and then I store that information from the channel. So because I need the channel ID, and then I query that one, I get all that information, and then I can start up a new connector with the service URI. So this is you get this as well from the channel if you read it out. And here are my Microsoft app credentials, of course. See, here's my client ID and my client secret, which I now have to renew, of course. But that's just a box. I have my channel ID, I have my user ID. This is something from me because they know I knew this was my account. I already noticed. So everybody is starting with 29, and the bot is always starting with 28 or something. So I have to figure out the logic behind it. There is some logic behind it.
19, I think, is always a channel.
I see. Yeah, bot always 28. User is always 29, and then channel is probably always.
The channel also has the same
19.
Yeah.
There's some logic behind it. Still have to figure it out. And then we can say, okay, this is my text. I can give it a new conversation, and then I just have to say, create a new conversation, and we're good to go. And normally, I should, if I go to Teams, have some kind of there it is in general. There we go. Now I can add test. So what's the good thing about this is that I can build my own API. Internally, externally, doesn't matter, but I can say to people, okay, let's say, for instance, you have and the real question was, there was this team and they have to they have to manage servers, but to get, they want to know in Teams if they're informed about, okay, there's a server going down, or I think it was a Kubernetes cluster even. So there's containers going down, so something is going on, but they have no idea how Teams work. They know the guy who asked me, he figured out that you can have an incoming webhook, but it was disabled. So he said, can you provide me with something? So I got testing. And I said, okay, I can provide you with any API you want, whatever authentication you want on that one, running wherever you want, and then I can take care of the rest. I can make sure that, okay, in your team we will install this bot. He said, okay, it doesn't matter what you install in my channel, as long as I can get my information in there. And then I can even tell them, okay, this is how adaptive cards work. Make sure if you want a card, do it like this. Or if you just want some stupid piece of text, my server X is going down, then that's good enough, and you can get it in there. So that's in a nutshell and really fast how it works. I went too
cool.
fast.
Let me.
So one quick question. Obviously, you can also do this with adaptive cards, right?
Yeah. You just have to create whatever you want. This is a conversation. I give it some text, so I give it where is it? Activity. You give it an activity, and this is just some text. But you can create message activity. I think you can even, let me stop this. You can even say, okay, create event activity, and there you can add in a adaptive card or a message where there was some trick. Create adaptive card attachment, so you can create an adaptive card as an attachment. So you can put in everything that's possible in Teams. So you can put in everything you want. You can even, I was still playing around with it. So as you can see, the topic name, you can give a topic name, but that doesn't work apparently because there's no topic. Because normally, if you could, I thought this would be a topic. See, subject. It should be the same, but some text. I was expecting something like this, but it's apparently just something like that. Okay. And then, of course, some tagging. And see what else you can do. You have some members. So you should be, I'm not sure, but you should be able to tag somebody as well. I still have to figure that one out. How we tag people.
This is this strange notation with, I don't know. Yeah, it's not at, it's like.
Let me see if I can find it. Tagging people in Teams from adaptive car or something.
Yeah.
I mentioned the user.
Like those, what do you call it?
Hyperlink markup in a text block.
No, this is the wrong one. No, that's the wrong one.
Okay.
You need to use those strange brackets because they have now support for it in Flow. If you send a Flow, or if you send an adaptive card via Flow to Teams, you can do the same. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. I can do this.
But it's still in dev preview, so
could be that it's not working my turn.
Yep.
See if I can do it. And I'm still creating a text. There's no adaptive card, so that will probably not work as well.
I don't know if should be, because the text should be converted to the strange add thingy.
Nope. Bad gateway. Right. Try that again. This is better. Just have to wait for that. I know. Doesn't take. Probably have to create an adaptive card out of it or something.
Yeah.
But is this user part of the channel you are messaging?
Yeah, that's my user. Yeah.
Okay, with that email address. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. This is,
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
Hey, look, my wife's my manager.
Teams never lies.
No, it should be possible, but I still have to see text. Should work.
Yeah.
What's coming in? Let's see what's coming in. Yeah, still that. So.
Are you doing encoding somewhere?
No, just random.
Yeah, maybe you need to use a card for this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, could
Could
be.
be.
That it
Different.
encodes it can probably encode it itself to make sure that I don't do nasty stuff. Yeah, but it's just one proof of concept I did to get around the
Can you
Authenticate stuff.
Can you go to the line of code where you actually get the channel ID again? Because this is like this first activity, or when somebody adds the bot to the channel.
Yeah.
Then
so I do it here. See, on members added. So if somebody adds it, then wait, I should be able to, if I fake it like this. I don't know if it's already in here. No. So if I what do I call it? No, it's not installed here. I probably uploaded it.
Yeah, just sideloaded it. Yeah.
Yeah. It should be somewhere.
Yeah, but my point was like you get the or there is an event called every time a person adds an app, but also every time somebody adds a person to the team.
Yeah, all members added.
Yeah, so you can get the information not only for the channel but also for the person that was added.
Yeah, for all the new people and
all the new people or the existing one. Yeah.
Yeah, and this also goes off if you install it for somebody personal, because I installed as a personal app, and then it also thinks that this is my where's the app? Where did I put it? This one. See, I just added and it could already put stuff in there.
And even triggers when you remove somebody from the Teams roster, so that you can make sure. But we use this, or I use this once to get all the informations about all the different people in the set channel. So I can, because what you are doing now is that you message the channel. Yep. But with this information, you could also proactively only chat with the people.
Yeah, if you just need the information. Yeah, then you can move the channel data.
And the interesting part is, I don't know, is it still running? So if you go to the service URL, there's one service URL that's something called with Skype something.
Yeah, this one.
And the funny part is that I think there is an URL route saying something like EMEA. It's like Europe, Middle East, Asia. So I guess that's different depending on which region you are. Yeah,
this one. Yeah, this is EMEA.
So this is not global. Yeah,
this is probably because I'm in the European data center.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens if you Google it. Oh yeah, of course.
Of course not. Yeah. Because I played with the things like hard-coded, so I just debugged the things and copy and paste the URLs, and it was only working on one tenant. But I have also a tenant in the US, and no chance because different endpoint.
Different URL, yeah. You just have to figure out. Yeah, that's why you have to see. That's why I'm doing this. When I come in, I put everything from everybody in the table somewhere, and then I know, I give it a random number and random 1. But I need the from ID, recipient name. I get some channel data as well. So
yeah, basically you're building an inventory of all the channels and all the people somewhere in your Azure table storage.
Yep. And then That's why you see this communicator work as well. It's almost the same logic. So if you go here to the communicator, that's why you probably can say, I can send this to. So say edit. That's why I can send it to a specific team, because it's probably already not recognizing. It's stored it somewhere, or it's stored. These are the team members, or that chat, or this is everyone is easy because just loop everything. And then everybody who installed the app wants to their private.
The interesting or the thing that I have no idea when I choose to use a Teams policy to publish an app to a certain group of people, the event should also be triggered, or otherwise
normally it should be. it should be triggered the moment they open up Teams, not instant, but the moment they open up.
And what happens when you have a company-wide team and add the app there? I mean, the event needs to be triggered when you change the Active Directory group, or?
Yeah, that will be. I haven't tested that one.
That would be interesting.
Yeah,
because when you create an org-wide team,
just
then,
one Active Directory group behind it, not everybody's in it. That will probably not work.
Because this would mean there must be some timer job or trigger when something happens in the Active Directory that Teams is aware of that. And not only is aware of that, but also triggers the new person event.
Yeah, being added. Yeah, of course. It's probably because they entered the moment they open up Teams and enter that channel.
Yeah.
Could be that then an event is triggered.
Interesting.
I have to test that one. That's a good one. I'll test that one. Yeah, I'll create a blog post to accompany this one, how it works. It's actually pretty simple. So, but that way you can at least have tell your customer that sometimes webhooks can be, if you think about it a little bit logically, we can secure everything if you want.
Well, I can think of a few reasons why we want to at least authenticate before posting to a team.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it contains info that you don't want to be hijacked too easily.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, it can be hijacked as well. Yeah.
Did you if you open up a normal SharePoint page, or I think at least there was once an Office 365 group webhook thingy web part?
Mm-hmm.
You played with that once?
No.
Because there was, if I remember it correct, there is a web part that also should be able to visualize information. Yeah, in the modern thingy.
Is it still there?
I don't know. It was there for sure because I played with it. Let me check. No. What was that called? Income webhook, yeah. Because you can also post to a SharePoint page with an income webhook.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
So this would be the same unsecured way from your very, very first try from today.
Yeah, then you get the same part.
You get just a big, scary URL, or?
Probably. Yeah, create. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
crap. It's too late.
I guess it will only work on team sites, right?
Really?
Not on com sites.
I didn't try that.
Because a com site doesn't have a group, underneath.
Sorry.
That sounds good, yeah. Because this should be on top of the group infrastructure, yeah.
Where's the? Okay, I missed the URL and then it's gone forever.
Yep.
It's gone forever. I created a new one.
Really?
Yeah. See if I create a new one. So
Oh.
got it. Create a new one. Incoming webhook.
That's the
Again.
That's the security part of it.
Yeah. Create.
I thought the Dutch language was.
Oh yeah. See?
Let's try again.
I'm not trying. Okay, this is not working properly, but
I'm not sure if it's you or it's the web part.
I have one for you. I have one for you guys before I log it as an issue. Maybe you guys know. This is totally unscripted, but okay. If I have a communication site, okay, and I have my pages. I go to my pages library. Okay, if I create a page here, everything works. If I have a subfolder, and I then say new page, cool page. Okay.
Yeah.
Save. Yeah. Now I refresh. 404.
but if you
Why?
go to
The subfolder is missing.
The subfolder is missing, but if I go in my page, everything keeps working. As long as I don't refresh, everything keeps working. So if I'm at my folder and I go side page.
Yeah, but that's because you get a weird temporary page, as you can see.
So test again. So if I can publish it, I can edit it, I can do whatever I want. I can copy the address because this one is also not correct.
No, this is also not in the subfolder. No.
Yeah, so copy address. But if it's not in the subfolder, but if I go back to my pages library.
I've never come across the scenario where I wanted to create subfolders in my pages library.
I have seen the pages in the correct page. See, test week. See, I did this one, I did this one. They're okay, but URL generated is wrong. So.
But if you click on it now, it works?
Yeah, it works. Yeah,
it's just a redirect.
The redirect doesn't care about the folder.
Yeah,
the redirect just
So
you should log it as an issue.
Yeah, I'll log it as an issue.
The reply might be that it's
nobody should create a folder.
But
yes, but I have 20 different folders. Welcome to Belgium, Dutch, French, German, English.
Interesting use case.
Document library.
That is for internal guides for communication.
I get it. Interesting scenario.
Did you see the save for later tag? The three symbols now next to your test ASPX. No, go back. This in the middle one. Click on this in the middle one. No, this one. Yeah. You clicked it?
Doesn't do anything.
Oh, it's updating the item. Because when you click a document here and save for later, and then you go to your OneDrive, there's a section for save for later, and you see all the documents that are marked with that.
Updating item.
Yep. Now it's marked. Yeah.
Done.
And then when you open OneDrive, there's a new section saved for later.
Somewhere
on the left. No, left navigation, save to later, and items you save. I don't know if it should work for ASPX pages, but for documents, that's
just said. Wait, try it again.
No, this one, yeah.
Remove from save, so it should be. Nope.
Interesting.
Doesn't work. Just not yet.
Not yet. Wait. It's still rolling out, but this is really, really useful. If you have like the latest 2 presentations or documents you're working on, and you really keep track of them like this, you don't need to navigate anywhere else. Just like OneDrive, you save for later, and there are your files.
Not to make fun of it, I had a user call me. Yeah, she had problems with the SharePoint because I need something, you guys, to create a system where I can see my latest documents. That will be cool. And I'm like, but if you go to office.com, so here you can see your latest documents and stuff like my recent documents and stuff like that. And then she said, but I don't save to OneDrive or to SharePoint. I save to a file share somewhere. Oh, yeah, okay. Then never mind that I said it.
Then, no easy answer there.
Yeah.
No.
I don't trust that autosave stuff. I hate it. Okay. Next, please.
Yeah. Oh, well, looks like that was it for this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys next week or in 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
Okay,
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
guys.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to check out the show notes at selectedtech.show to get all the mentioned references. And one more thing, please tweet about the podcast and give them a 5-star review. This really helps the guys a lot. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.